So, welcome to Diary of a Sleeping Goddess. This I want to talk about is the wild feminine, her fire, her light, her power, her bliss, her abundance, her expansion, and basically the relationship that it has with the masculine, the divine masculine. And this is about the divine masculine within us, and also how that then moves out into the outer world in terms of what our interactions are with men ultimately, because the wild feminine, as I'm experiencing, as she's awakening, so from the new moon in Taurus, a couple of month or so ago, I could really feel this was about earthing the wild feminine. So this is like yoni and womb upwards, okay? The pleasure, the joy, and the bliss of the wild feminine. And she has many layers to her. So she is chaos. She will take shit down, the compliance that we have been in this society, in the patriarchal system, and the belief systems and the patterns of conforming. And all of that she will take down. You people pleaser, you sacrifice your inner peace just to suck up the shit that's around you, the empath, just because you're trying to keep the peace of things. Well, she goes, fuck that, okay? And she is coming up to get you to come back into who you truly are as a woman and the power that you are, okay? This is the wise woman. We talk about the maiden, the mother, and the wise woman. And it's being deemed as the crone, as the ugly one that just gets put on the shelf. Well, no, okay? This is when a woman truly embodies her power. And what it's been shown to me is that as she's rising up, just don't fucking give it away. All right. She kind of comes up like a beautiful flame, like, here I am. Well, quite frankly, what that does, it's it's a fire that is very attractive. Okay. And it will draw men in. It will draw attention in. It will draw the masculine energy in. Okay. And like a moth to the light. All right. And that expansion energy that comes up, if we're not holding that in consciousness and in an embodiment form with discernment, which is actually the whole aspect of us embodying our own masculine energy, not the masculine energy in doing and busy and knackering oneself and martyring ourselves, okay, and exhausting ourselves and burning out. No, the masculine energy within us is about coherence. It's about the spine upon which the wild feminine can spiral beautifully up around. Okay, the wild feminine, she needs holding, she needs presence, and she needs continuality. She needs that consistency. So when someone shows up and then they disappear, she is not going to do very well with that. She needs that spine of to be able to maintain and hold her, okay, and ground her. Otherwise, it just dissolves, it just goes away, or it just gets lost. And so this is about women through self-love and through self-acceptance and self-worth and knowing that they're boundaries and that they're fucking powerful, that they need to hold that waking light that's coming up from their yoni, from their womb, and hold it in their solar plexus, in their heart, and ground it and go, this is my energy. I contain her. She needs containment, not as in like oppression. This is what she's also experiences, that suppression. And so she wants to be wild, she wants to be free, but she also wants to be held and contained to a degree of what enables her to be able to move. All right. So you can liken this to the moving of the rivers. The rivers needs the earth being bed to enable it to move. Otherwise, it just turns to mud. Okay. It can't move, it can't flow. And so she needs that spine, that consistency, and that grounding. And this is what we give to ourselves first. We don't look for it from anyone else. The wild feminine actually wants and demands, shall we say, a lot to be fully present, to be fully seen. and her level of self-love and self-worth needs to break through all the bullshit, the belief systems, the patterning us women have had to endure and break free from, basically. And, to keep small, to not to be too much, and to also worry about what came up for the other day. Yesterday for me was like, don't want to be too much. You don't want people to think you're just too much or taking over. It's like, if you're in a position as a soul to step into your power, into your light, and to do something huge for others, you need to step into that role. Okay. And trying to keep level with everybody else so you don't look like you're putting yourself out there or being too much or too much ego or showing off, all that shit, that fear of being too much. You just have to break through that shit too. Okay. And it's like, because you're needed. You are needed in this world to step into that. Whether it is for yourself, always for yourself first, but it may be for your children. It may be for your neighbor. It may be for a friend. It may be for many people. Okay. This is the ripple effect that women do. And women have been very good at keeping themselves small. Okay. You don't need the patriarchal system to just keep us small. It's also women that have kept each other small. Okay. And because we have this whole competition, this comparison shit as well. And so this world feminine, this rising up that seeks to be seen, to be honored, to be loved, to be revered, because you know what? She is the spirit of Sophia. She is the fire that is demanding to be seen, to be honored, to who she truly is and the power that she is, okay? And that she is the bearer of life, okay? She is the bearer of fire, the death and rebirth. She holds a lot of power. And for us women to embody that, we need to really be connected to ourselves and to our body. This is the real part where the divine masculine part comes into us. This is where we hold that for ourselves before we look to try and attract anything, okay? Because the universe will suddenly be attracting exactly where we're at, which I've seen. It's like you're calling. It's called up rejection for me. And it's called out that real deep, when I connected deep into it, it was like that was my father wound and not being held. At my point of my life at this beginning, so I'm talking about this life, not like generational, it's like I wasn't held, I wasn't loved, and I wasn't safe. So there was deep rejection wounds there. And as a woman, when you're carrying those, what are you doing when you're looking for the masculine? Okay. What are you seeking? Is it that sudden rush of like attention? You suddenly go, "Woof, okay, that's interesting." Okay, somebody want it's we have to really be discerning for ourselves in terms of holding our energy in our light and be discerning of like, are you meeting me? Are you going to meet me at the depth that I can go? Are you going to be consistent with me so I can take you down on that depth as well and to really get to the roots, right to the depth that is the feminine and bring in her masculine there with her to then the masculine then be able to take her from that absolute depth, that vulnerability, that core aspect of her to be able to then expand her out and for her to blossom and to radiate. And like the rose, okay, the rose needs that stem, that root to be able to fully blossom, for her to fully open and expand. She needs to know she's safe. She needs to know that those roots are consistent and they are staying there. And this is the grounded aspect, the earthing aspect of the feminine, the wild feminine. And we need to do that for ourselves first, through self-love, through harnessing this powerful energy that's coming up, through consciousness, through our heart. So this is about heart, yoni, womb connection and bringing in the mind to really see that and be conscious of that. I hope this is making sense because I have felt it move through my body. And when I was like weird, like a distraction or slightly obsession about different things, of the desire, and it's sort of you lose yourself. And when you can just cut those cords and call your energy back through self-love, back through what was a meditation that I did with Daughters of the Golden Rose, where it was rooting of the womb. And that's where Yeshua came and held me with Mary Magdalene. And I cried. I cried because I knew this was my father wound that I was healing, that deep rejection. And when that moved through me, I could suddenly feel my heart really expanding and allowing this energy to come up, not just flaring out like a bright light, like holding and containing it and giving it the space for it to fill. And that's the difference. It's not the compression and suppression. It's about the containment to allow it to be present and to be seen. This is what we are going through as women. The feminine is desiring to be seen. She's been hiding in the shadows. She's always in the one in the background. She is now calling her divine masculine in to enable her to be fully seen, present, loved, adored, and revered. And this is the deep rose element. So we are calling our spirit, our fire, our earth, and calling down our soul, the divine masculine, the light that is, to become that one, that macabre within our heart. And so this is what is taking me into a container. I've been guided to do this, called Pathway of the Violet Rose. This will be starting on the summer solstice and completion at the autumn equinox. It feels really about, this is about Earth meeting her sun, the feminine meeting the masculine, the spirit meeting the soul. This is like this embodiment and holding that and calling the divine mother back out through the old illusions, the distortions, the matrix of what things are, which isn't really real, and start to create into alignment of Sophia Christ, of Mother Earth. And women are the birthers of that. We are the creators for our projects, and what we are looking to do, with people have come away from the sort of general corporate worlds and want something of purpose. They want to create something, they want to create community, they want to create change, they want to create sustainability. They are all being called to do something that will bring back a unity, to bring back sustainability, to bring back love for the earth, love for the women, love for the children. This is what many of us are being guided to do, to create a different way of living on this planet. And we're at the very early stages of that. And this is about giving the presence to these beautiful women that are making these changes, and to know that they're safe to be seen, that they're safe to be in their expression of their full radiance and abundance of that. And our nervous systems have to do the work. This is what the Daughters of the Golden Rose showed me, is how we need to heal our nervous systems to get them out of that fight flight, to find that inner safety, that inner sanctuary. And this next stage is about, okay, we have that inner safety, we have that inner sanctuary, we know who we are, we can feel ourselves, we're much more conscious and aware of the power that we are and our womb connection that's holding us to this earth. We can now step into our next stage of expression of who we truly are, and fucking love it at the same time. So this container, I'm feeling it's going to really take us, move us through into that expansion, to see where the contractions are, where the fears are, where the shadows are, and all that patterning that we will be holding in our DNA, within our blood, within our bones, within our womb. It will all be calling out, but we'll be doing it on a much more conscious level. So we recognize the pattern, and then we realize it's not our path. So when you become conscious of your subconscious and your unconscious, you can start to rewire. This is why meditation, the channeled meditations that I do, is about creating neuroplasticity to actually embody the change and the shift and the frequency. It's all about releasing the density of fear that's in our bodies so we can actually start to thrive. And so yeah, like I say, I feel there's some big codes that will be coming through, the rose codes, the whole Venus and Earth. And I've been literally shown how the masculine and the feminine, when they're in true trust and connection, they weave. They, like the yin and yang, they spiral right in to that unity. And then they can come back out to bring the expression of the feminine. There's a weaving, there's an in contraction and then an expansion, an inner world and then outer world, like the Venus does when she does in her 8-year cycle with Earth that creates the sacred rays. She goes back, she goes dark, she goes back behind the sun, and then she comes back out again, which is what she's doing right now. She's the evening star, and then she goes back. And this is about really taking us on that, okay, fully allow ourselves to open and express, and okay, and then go back down to the level of, okay, where are those shadows? Let's integrate those shadows, let's understand them, let's take it and then expand again. This is the beauty that we're doing. And so come the end of that cycle, which will be 2028, I feel this is going to be really where women that have been doing this work will start to take that new level, that new cycle that is the rose, to that next level. And this is feeling like it's the portal of the violet rose. This is where you bring the earth, the red and the blue consciousness, and bring in the light that is Sophia, which is white, which brings you this violet. This is about earth, body, soul, the macabre. Okay. And this is where we're going. So if this is resonating with you, if you have a woman of a big mission and just want change, just like this part of you is just waiting to just to be seen and to be to make those changes for the greater good, I'd imagine this is probably really resonating with you, because that this is about moving our body to enable us to do that, right down to our unconscious level. So our whole body is in this alignment, and that we create from a feminine way, which is a stillness that's in flow with the Divine Mother. It just happens easily, rather than that push, shove, doing that we're being so conditioned to be in our masculine energy, that production. This is creation from a very different way, is what I'm being shown. So it's very exciting. So yeah, I will, if you're listening to this on the Wednesday the 17th, I am doing an opening session, and just to get our toes into the water and see what this beautiful energies are going to be about. And I've seen quite a few of it already, and I've done some different podcasts which you'll be able to trace back through as this is stepping up into this space. And so yeah, you can drop into the Telegram group, Daughters of the Golden Rose. At least just land there if it's resonating with you, but maybe you're not feeling quite ready. Because there is the Daughters of Golden Rose, which is about your whole nervous system and trauma alchemy, becoming the embodied gold that you are, womb healing, menstrual health healing, and come into a community with women, supporting women, which is hugely powerful for your nervous system, to know that you're not alone. And for women supporting women, that gets very powerful. When women know women have got each other, even if you're not together, you can feel that vibe. That's when a woman will really turn on, okay, and switch on and step in, okay, when she knows she's got her sisters with her, okay, that energy that will never come away. She's always been held. She's got her back. She knows someone has her back. Very, very powerful energy to be in. So drop into Daughters of the Golden Rose Telegram group. If you listen to this in time, there'll be the pre-toe opening of this. See what the energies are, and yeah, step in if you're ready. Let's do this, and I will walk you through this. I will be walking through it myself. The way it works for me is that I feel it, I experience it, I process it, and then I transcribe it to what is going on. It's like my body takes it in, moves it through, brings the awareness to it, and then translates it to people to go, I get that. So this is all about the tool that is our body. It's a beautiful, beautiful miracle that has everything encoded within us that we need and will ever need. We just have to remember how to communicate and connect and tap into this power. This is where the Mary Magdalene is, she knew how to work our woman's body. And let's face it, I think we're all in Ferraris, but just don't realize how to drive it just yet. And so these are about finding those buttons, finding those control switches, and let it go. I do. Thanks for listening.